Hi everyone, I'm Diego and today I'm going to be talking about the ability to vote in the US based on white versus non-white voters. While there are many ways in which the modern voting system our southern neighbors use can be deemed inadequate, this presentation focuses on the direct access to polling stations as opposed to other problems such as voter ID laws, gerrymandering, and the like. A quick background on some history of voting in the US. Historically, minorities, particularly black Americans, have been barred from the voting process. This voter suppression was not rectified until the late 19th century. And even then, the rights only applied to a small portion of the black community that was male, literate, and financially stable enough to pay polling taxes. The motive of this paper is to showcase a modern example of minority suppression, which, as the paper I represent states, a broader literature on racial discrimination against black and minority individuals and neighborhoods, as spoken by Chen. So, racial disparities in voting wait times. In the Chen paper, Racial Disparities in Voting Wait Times, the team present wait time inequalities experienced by racial communities in the US. The results were gathered by using geospatial smartphone data, which showed that during the 2016 election, members of entirely black neighborhoods waited nearly 30% more to vote compared to entirely white neighborhoods. Alongside this, they were also 74% more likely to be above the Presidential Commission on Election Administration wait time standard of 30 minutes. The research data for this project went across 46 states, which after filtering left 150,000 smartphone users spread across 40,000 polling stations. In order to get to these numbers, the researchers used the following criteria. Individuals must be within a 60-meter radius of a polling station, where at least 1 minute of time was spent, and one ping, which is a noted connection to service, was counted. Other filters were also used to exclude employees, residential people, and the like. Chen also states that these findings affect Hispanic and other non-white communities, though it is to a lesser extent. So, what is the reason for these heightened wait times? Chen posits a disequilibrium in resources which result in less staff, less polling machines, and polling closures, which is what I want to talk about here. So, resource restraints are a simple explanation. However, strategic polling closures are a far more nefarious topic. Articles by The Guardian and Texas Tribune offer insight into the matter. The Guardian cites 750 polling closures statewide in Texas since 2012. Of these closures, 542 of them belong in the top 50 counties that have grown in black and Hispanic population, a number increase of 2.5 million people to be precise. Inversely, we only saw 34 closures in the bottom 50 counties, experiencing a total population loss of 13,000 people. Texas Tribune points out the efforts being made by the Republican Party to further pursue strategic voting closures, such as Senate Bill 7, intend to reformulate polling station placement, where nearly all of the districts affected are Democratic and or minority district. Naturally, people are less likely to vote when they have to wait long periods of time, travel large distances, etc. This bill has not yet passed, but is being considered seriously. While we can see that this brief commentary that voting structure in the US is formulated particularly in the last decade to discourage or suppress votes of black and minority Americans, while the US is no longer segregated formally, there are actions that lead one to think otherwise. Thank you for listening to my presentation.